Welcome back to Lobby Talks. Today we're revisiting our episode with Melanie Bradshaw, now promoted to Senior Vice President of Marketing Operations Global at SeneGence International. With another successful event just wrapped, this rerun shows what it takes to make it happen at the highest level. Let's take a listen.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lobby Talks. We are speaking today about crafting bespoke events through relationships. And we're very fortunate today to have Melanie with SeneGence. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Melanie Bradshaw, and I am the Senior Vice President of Global Events and Recognition at SeneGence. And we are a cosmetics and skincare direct selling company.
Wonderful products.
Yes, thank you. Our company was founded in California, but our founder is from Oklahoma.
Yes.
So we've just recently moved our headquarters here to Sapulpa/Tulsa area.
Yes.
And we have offices in various countries all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my first role at a direct selling company, but events are my lifetime career.
They really are.
Yes.
You travel the world doing events, and that's a very unusual thing. People will get into planning events, and it's very location, region specific, but really you and your organization, it's worldwide. And I'm always in awe and amazement of all the experiences you have and what you've experienced in other countries. And so that's why we really wanted to have you on today, kind of get your perspective, because every meeting planner doesn't do what you do. And so it's so interesting. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the event that you do with us?
So this is our seminar, which is our largest, most important recognition-driven event of the year. So it's the one that, like, if our attendees have to choose one, they come to seminar. Yeah. And interestingly enough, with working with SeneGence, it was my first time to do events in Tulsa.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So in early 2018, when I was hired by SeneGence and we started doing events, obviously Joni's vision, our founder and CEO's vision, as the headquarters started to return to Oklahoma, is to infuse into the economy here in Tulsa and Sapulpa. And that meant producing events here. And so, having traveled the world and produced events for other organizations, it took joining SeneGence to be able to be like, look at what Tulsa has to offer,
right?
You know,
and makes you really take another look and dig a little deeper into what we can offer.
Absolutely. Yeah. So every year, at least once a year, we do host multiple events throughout the year, and many of them do happen in Tulsa. But our seminar is the one that's here at this property, which is so exciting. And it's been great too, because it's such a transition. For years, we've been downtown. Yeah. And coming South Tulsa and getting kind of like the new landscape.
It's a different feel.
It's a different experience. It feels like you're in a different town, different city.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, why did you choose Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills for this past year and this upcoming year?
Well, part of that, the biggest part of it, is my relationship with you.
Stop it.
No, it's true.
Embarrassing me.
It is true. So in my first event that I produced in Tulsa, you were with a property downtown, right? And I was learning things. You were helping me. You were so supportive, and you and your team were just phenomenal. And so then, of course, when we were looking to leave downtown and step away for a little bit, you approached me. And of course, I was like, Rochelle, I would love to work with you again.
Oh, thank you.
Which is what our industry is about.
It is.
It's
helping
about relationships and, finding the people that you really want to work with and partner with and grow with as well.
Thank you for sharing that. That really makes me feel special. I will say, whenever I met you back in 2018, I was like, wow, this lady's got her stuff together. Because what I loved about you, and sometimes you get that from meeting planners and sometimes you don't, but you had so much meeting planner experience that you would really see the event more about not what's going to happen in this hotel, not what's going to happen at the convention center or wherever, what's going to happen for the economic impact for the entire city. And you were really focused on bringing other hotels in and explaining to them and helping them navigate what they could expect.
Yes.
And that's a really wonderful quality to have in a meeting planner. So that's what made me love working with you. Okay, so what would you say, kind of getting a good picture of your planning journey? How does the event team, help refine your ideas or solve problems that you've anticipated? Is there maybe something this year that came up?
Well, this is our first time in the venue, because again, we're very partnership kind of, relationship driven. And so once we get into a venue or partner with a group, we tend to stay put.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this past year this was a new venue for us.
Yes.
And it went from being everybody knew what they were doing. We knew the loading dock.
Right.
And what could fit there.
Yes.
Even simple logistical things like that.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, the power pole and the internet pole and meeting the new AV team, new to us, right? And, getting to know the catering team and how they operate and bouncing ideas off of them. So I think that's why, our past relationship was an important foundational piece, because you want to work with people that you can trust.
Right.
I knew we would be taken care of here. So that was already built in.
And I'm glad you felt that way.
Yes.
That's what our goal is. So glad to hear that.
Yes. And then from there, it's just getting to know the nuances with each other and raising a red flag if there's a question or a concern or whatever the case may be.
Sure.
Because it's still learning.
Even
though we take our event and plug it in here.
If it was only that easy.
If only it was that easy.
It was only like that. Well, good. Were there any special requests or unusual elements that come with your event that, whether it be us or any other venue that you're looking at around the world, what makes it unique to you that's like, you know what, let's have a conversation about this?
Yes. So we are our audience is mostly females.
Right.
They're paying for their own way to be at our conferences and training events. They're paying for their own flight, hotel, food, everything, right? And their registration fee. So we have to be incredibly creative and make every single event different than the previous one. There has to be that core, the core training and the flow is, but where we can get creative is with themes. They'll bring their costumes. They want to dress up and get super glam and all of that kind of stuff.
They get dressed up so beautifully.
Yeah, if it involves a wig and makeup,
maybe even a tiara or two. All of that.
As many as possible.
I love it.
Yes. So that was fun working with your team too. I think catering is a lot of the times the biggest avenue that we have to explore with that, because we also probably pulled back a little bit on some of the budget that we spent on our decor. So that gave the catering team kind of an opportunity to rise to the occasion. And then suddenly the food and beverages become part of that decor experience.
Part of the decor. That's right. So then you're kind of leaning into colors and you're leaning into, themed food.
Absolutely.
And so that is a part of the decor. That's right. It's part of just makes the event special.
Yes. And also, then they're in the same venue every day. Whereas when we're in a convention center, they're going between the hotel and the venue, and being in the same building all day. They really have loved that as well, because, first of all, they don't have to leave. There's not the extra transportation, all of that kind of stuff, additional costs to them. But then also the same person that they see as they come down in the morning, the team that's at the lobby and the front desk, they see them when they're on their lunch break. It's just like we're all
in
here
it together.
To serve the event.
Oh, that's good. I know that whenever you guys left this year, my staff, whether it be just in sales, but then also, even the housekeepers and even the front desk, they were like, oh, those ladies are they coming back? I was like, and that isn't something they ask all the time, to be honest. But you guys really made an impression, and it was just so fun seeing. They have so much energy when they come. They're so excited about what they do, what they get to do, and they love to share that. And so that was a lot of fun. I think actually one of our salespeople is now into the SeneGence lifestyle. 100%.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I am all about this. So
that's great.
I love that. Yeah, she's all about it. So what role do you think transparency in the relationship between, like, say, the banquet staff and the people that work for you? You kind of had somebody new in your department that was really heading all this up on behalf of you. And I know she really kind of had to build those relationships too. So is there an example of just being transparent about, this is what we're looking for, this is what we expect. And then you heard from the hotel, this is what we're going to give you, and like setting expectations.
Yes, I think it was just the constant communication as well. So Shannon and Noelle staying in constant contact.
Constant.
Yeah,
They were.
because again, we have a massive production.
You do.
We do a big build. We do a big stage. It's the lights, the smokes.
It's
you know,
like
the
a
camera.
WWE production.
Yeah, it's massive.
It is.
It is,
And it's beautiful.
and so we needed that communication and that transparency, because we did have questions our first time in this building. To ensure that what we needed to deliver to our attendees, the team could fulfill.
Yeah.
Just because of the massive size of our production.
Right. So communication is really number one.
Absolutely.
Whether you're married or whether you're putting on a production.
Yes.
Communication is number one. So
Yes.
I'm glad to hear that we fulfilled that. And we enjoy that communication aspect as well, not even just with Noelle, the person that's planning and helping all of the details get exactly where they need to be.
Yes, because we have a lot of details
There's
too.
a lot of details, but also just our banquet manager also feeling like I can just come up and talk with you and let's just confirm one more time. You know what I mean? So just constant communication from everyone involved.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad that you felt that, because that is really something that we really strive to do.
And even on site though too, kind of that group text and the app that you have and all of that, all of those elements, and just being able to throw out that request and get that instant response on site, because once we're on site, you have to have that instant.
You have to. Yeah. You can't be going and searching for people.
No. Too big of a venue.
I understand that. Well, how do you feel it kind of transpired working with the team? Did you feel like we really wanted to personalize your event? And in what way did you feel like maybe we hit the mark, or maybe that us or anyone else when you're traveling could do a little bit better?
I think I always like to meet a new partner or facility, venue, whatever, with kind of some of our product in hand.
And you do.
Yes.
And we love that.
Yes. Because I think that just opens a door to, I just don't think that sometimes on that side of the hospitality industry, people are giving you things.
Right.
You all are always giving, right? And so I think
hospitality is what we do.
Right. But it's fun to gift you back, especially because we want you to know, if you are familiar with our products, just even that alone kind of gives you an idea of what's incoming.
That's very true.
With the look and feel, we're looking for glam, we're looking for gorgeous, we're looking for unique, we're also very fun as well, right? So I like to pave the way with some cosmetics. And
I see what you did there.
Yes. Yeah, I shouldn't give that secret away.
No, I think that's really good, because I will say, from back 2018, I started working with you. At the time, I thought, well, it was just the lips, right?
Oh,
and
we're
you
so
guys
much more.
have grown. You've got such broad product now.
Yeah.
So when you came this time and you're bringing like a men's line.
Yes.
And our men that got that were much more excited.
Right.
They were like, what? I had no idea. And then they were
Suddenly
like,
they're paying attention.
This is amazing product.
Yes.
Like my skin Ben thought his skin was glowing. He loved it. So it does introduce kind of what you do. And you're right. It creates a little bit of excitement and for all of our staff to kind of understand what you guys do.
Right.
And that just makes us a little more in it with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we're really, really partners.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Were there any behind the scenes moments where the team went above and beyond for your actual event? Is there anything that you can think of there? And you know what, not even just here. Is there an example in your travels that you're like, wow, that was really impressive?
Well, I'll keep it focused here because again, I felt like the team was really, we were all cognizant that this was our first time in this venue, right? Like
there's
it wasn't
some nervousness surrounding that.
Yeah, it wasn't a secret. And even up to the pre-con when you had the full team out there and really everyone was paying attention and everyone was super engaged because everybody was in it to win it, right?
Yes.
And I felt like throughout the event, that was the same attitude because we did have a couple of hiccups here and there. Again, just as you would with a new team and a new facility. And because again, you get used to being in the same venue and then you're just like, well, they know.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Well, how would they know until they've experienced it?
Right.
So I felt like we, in a way, kept your team on their toes the entire time because we were new for your team.
Yep.
And that's what's going to make going into next year, I think, even more enjoyable for everybody.
Because you've really laid a good foundation.
Absolutely.
You've really overcome any of the hiccups.
Yes.
And I've worked in hotels now over 20 years. And no matter where you are, especially when there's a big conference, these things will happen. And it's like, man, somebody drops the ball or they just weren't thinking.
Yeah.
It's in the recovery and it's in that communication. It's like, this is what we happened. Or this is what happened. This is where a ball was dropped, and this is how we're going to recover.
Yes,
so you need to put your client, whomever that is, at ease and letting them know, I'm aware and it's going to be fixed, and this is what you can expect.
Yeah, but also above and beyond, because I walked down the first morning and you had that wonderful local lady putting up the huge balloon arch, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's first of all so pretty. Second, did somebody on my team spend money that I didn't authorize? I was so confused.
Yeah, you were.
But it was from you to us. And it really added because, again, we had kind of trimmed down what we were doing in the lobby because, again, you spend money towards different things.
Sure.
And so what you provided for us was just like zhuzhing it up. It really made a grand entrance.
Yes.
You had the snacks and the bevies and all of that kind of stuff just kind of as a surprise for us.
Right.
That kind of made it feel even more special because that wasn't something that we had to plan.
Right.
We didn't have to pay for it. It was just really your gift to us, which was really great.
I'm so glad you saw that. And you're the first person that's noted it that way as a gift to you. And that's truly how our general manager, Ravi Sharma, feels. He's like, well, they're spending a lot of money. We want to make them feel special.
Yes.
Yes, we want them to return, but this time we also want to make them feel special. And we're so excited they're here and we've done a little extra. And he does see that as a gift. So I'm really
Not
glad
everyone
that it came across
does
that
that
way.
because you walk into a lot of venues, and I'm talking even globally here. You'll walk into venues and it's like, here's your box, here's your empty box kind of thing, or here's your empty space.
Yes.
And it's not a collaborative like creation of an experience.
That's a very good point.
You have to bring everything and create everything from scratch.
Creating an experience, and you want it to be memorable. You want it to be a happy experience.
Yes.
Like you said, a lot of these ladies, all of them, they're doing this on their own. And this is time away sometimes from their families.
Absolutely.
And it's precious time.
It is.
And we want them to have an experience where like, you know what, this was money well spent.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad I came. That's good. I'm
Absolutely.
glad. Well, that kind of leads us to, I'm sure there's going to be some event planners listening. And what would some advice be from you to them, whether you're planning locally, regionally, or even internationally? What is something that you would give them as far as advice when it comes to maybe sourcing a venue? Like, what is the most important thing that you would have them, that you would say that you need to focus on this?
I do think getting out there and seeing what is out there, right? Again, when I first started working in Tulsa, I was like, oh my gosh, it's my backyard. And I didn't even know what all was available here. So just having an awareness of what's out there is massively important. And I think the thing too is building relationships as you go,
right?
And treating people as partners, because even globally, the events and hospitality industry is actually small. And you'll see people at one venue and then you might see them at another venue at a different city.
Really?
And I mean, even, I met you at a different venue and here you are.
Here I am now.
So it's a massively small industry at the end of the day, and just be cognizant of how you're treating people and building those relationships, because at the end of the day, I know so many industries can say, well, we're built on relationships. We are.
You are.
We really are.
And then just like within the industry, I've always said, today's coworker's tomorrow's boss. Be respectful to everyone.
Absolutely.
And treat them. And everyone has something to teach you.
Yes.
You can learn something from everyone if you're looking for it, right?
Well, it's fun to learn too.
It is.
I mean, there's no pride around that because people are doing so many different things and there's just so much creativity out there.
Yeah.
And you can learn if you're willing and able. But I think it's being so cognizant of the fact that we're relationship built and then partnership driven.
Absolutely. And you made a good point about not really knowing what was in your backyard. I used to live in a tourist community. I lived there for maybe 4 years. And then whenever I left, I'll just tell you, it was New Orleans. So when I left, I would go back every year with some girlfriends, and it's like, I actually lived like a tourist. And it's like, I never did these things when I was living here.
Right.
I didn't realize, it's a party kind of city, but I didn't realize how many things they could do that were geared for so many different demographics. It's not all just hanging out in the bars. There's so much more that you can do here. And so, yeah, if you see your city as a tourist and just, you have to kind of make yourself do that when you live here, though. So you were put in a position where you had to.
Yeah, absolutely. And also bringing them here year on year to the same city, even if it's in a different venue, ensuring that we're presenting Tulsa in an exciting way.
Yes.
Luckily, Tulsa has risen to the challenge. And since I moved to Tulsa versus now,
so different.
So different.
I mean, they used to really roll up the sidewalks at like 5 o'clock downtown Tulsa.
4:30.
Yeah, that's right. Now it's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
It's such an artistic community. I'm always amazed when I drive and see new murals or new this or new that. They've got, the large giants that they have going in.
Yes.
Just so many fun installations, artistic installations they do here. And that's not something when I moved here in 500 years ago. That's not something that I would have ever expected from Tulsa. So fun to see the evolution here, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so if you had to sum up your experience in one word, just meeting planning in general. Oh, don't give me a sentence. Don't give me a word. Like meeting planning. What do you think of?
From my lifetime?
From your lifetime. That's a lot, isn't it?
That is a big challenge. I think I would go back to probably what I said before, just build relationships like they're going to last forever.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I think we should put that on a t-shirt.
Merch.
That would be so beautiful,
New merch.
wouldn't it? Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, you are so much fun to always work with. And I feel like I always learn so much from you. And I think it's because of your international travels, kind of like, oh, tell me more. What else have you done? But really, it's interesting now just talking to you today. Really, a lot of it came from what you're doing here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
And you're bringing it.
So much.
You're bringing Tulsa hospitality out to the world. Look at you, Melanie.
I love it. That's my mission.
That's what it is. There's another t-shirt. Well, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate you taking some time. I know you're busy, and you guys are doing so much more at SeneGence than just producing products for people. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your charitable organization of SeneGence? I find that fascinating.
Absolutely. So our Make Sense Foundation is our charitable arm, and we are extremely focused on women and children in need.
Oh, I love that.
And we have an organization, our headquarters is in Sapulpa.
Yes.
And so everything that we do, including our incentive trips when we travel the world, we have a give back opportunity, whether it's building bikes for kids in Costa Rica, or we were just in Iceland for our Sinistar incentive.
Isn't that amazing?
We had about 100 people in Iceland, and we reached out. I had organized with a women's shelter in Iceland before we went to see.
That's amazing.
What could we bring in our suitcases that would impact these women? And the girls did it. They packed. We gave them a list. Here's what these women in Iceland need. And so on behalf of our Make Sense Foundation, we were able to go to the women's shelter. We were not able to interact with them, but just being able to pass the supplies along and just bless someone in a completely different country, is pretty phenomenal. We've done makeovers for women in Montreal at a shelter.
Gosh, I love that.
Just giving them packages of skincare just to be able to take care of themselves and just kind of some of those basics.
It just helps them feel more confident. They're already going through a really tough time. Just something like that, just caring, means so much to their lives.
Yes.
It's so wonderful that you guys are doing that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for sharing with us. And everyone stay tuned because there's lots more good content coming your way.
Can't wait.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on Lobby Talks. Today we saw how personal connections turn simple service into tailored experiences for our clients. What makes a great guest experience unforgettable? It's not just great service. It's a story, a smile, a tip about that hidden speakeasy only locals know. Don't forget to subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Facebook for more behind-the-scenes moments. Thanks for listening.